Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, you may remember us talking about the 2017 Ford Fusion, a mid-cycle refresh for the Ford Motor Company on the Fusion automobile. But Ford letting out something that was really intriguing, claiming that this vehicle was the most technically advanced Ford they have ever built, which was really odd at the time. But now they're shedding a little light on just what exactly they were talking about, including a new suspension setup inside of the vehicle that detects potholes. Yes, this is an intriguing little setup. Basically, what you have inside of this vehicle, inside of the suspension settings, is a damper, or a shock absorber, if you will. Now, a shock absorber or damper has two different settings. It has a compression side and a rebound side. Compression side is quite easily when the shock is forced upwards or actually compressed, like if you go over a speed bump. The rebound side is basically once you get over that bump where it'll allow the wheel to drop. If you see a vehicle come off the ground and how slowly or rapidly the wheels drop from underneath the vehicles, that's your rebound setting. And basically that's what this vehicle does. It tightens up on the rebound setting and won't allow the vehicle's wheel and tire package to drop deep into the pothole. Now, if you don't know what potholes are, you probably don't live in a cold weather part of the world. Basically, it's a situation where snow and ice get underneath the cracks of pavement or tarmac, ripping some of them up, or even just when a snowplow or something to clear the snow and ice goes over top of it and will scrape out big hunks of pavement. This tears up wheels and tires and suspension pieces all over this planet, especially in those cold weather settings. So this is an intriguing situation, as it won't allow this wheel and tire package to actually drop into it. It'll actually float over top of it. It's pretty interesting indeed. Got a video up on the Facebook page if you'd like to check it out. Next up on the list, about this time last year, we talked about this Kia's gorgeous looking Sport Space concept. Weird name, but what a stunning looking machine. And there was early rumors that it may be a V8 with all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, and then basically we didn't see anything for a long time. And then bam! Geneva Motor Show's heading this way. And here's the vehicle it came from. Yeah, it's not near as exciting as that Sport Space concept. This is the brand new Kia Optima Sportswagon. Now, this vehicle comes with two different power plants, either a 1.7 liter CRDI turbo diesel engine making 147 brake horsepower. That is either shifted through a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed or a 7-speed automatic, and all the power is shifted through the front wheels. Now you can upgrade that to a 2-liter turbocharged CVVL gasoline engine that runs 163 brake horsepower, either shifted through a 6-speed manual or 6-speed automatic, and all those powers going through the front wheels. There is a rumor that there'll be a GT model maybe coming soon, maybe as early as this year in Geneva, and that thing may have all-wheel drive. We'll have to wait and see on this deal. Also, there's some rumors floating about that this thing may be coming stateside. Haven't heard anything official as of yet, but I'm sure Geneva Motor Show, just a little over a week away, we'll know more come then. One of the stars of the Geneva Motor Show is going to be this machine, Pagani's brand new Huayra BC. Now, they've been rumoring this car for 7, 8, 9, 10 months. I always thought the BC sounded terrible until now, because basically it stands for a guy, Barry Colon. Now, Barry Colon actually was one of the first guys, in fact, he's a buddy of Horatio Pagani, and actually bought one of the very first Zondas, if not the first Zonda, and he's the guy that owns that Zonda R, so he's got a cool little Pagani collection indeed. And Horatio Pagani and the Pagani Group thought they'd do a little homage to Benny and build him this particular machine along with 19 other units that are going to be built in this. Now, it comes with that same 6-liter twin turbocharged V12 making 738 brake horsepower and 813 pounds-feet of torque. That is shifted through a 7-speed automatic gearbox. It's pretty trick, a lot of lightweight parts and pieces. In fact, the lightweighting has gone extensively in this machine. This vehicle has a standard Huayra only weighs just a touch under 3,000 pounds. This thing has lost 291 of those extra pounds to come in at an extremely svelte 2,685 pounds. This thing is an ultra lightweight. Now, obviously, it gets a lot of racer boy treatments. A lot of aero tweaks, obviously a lot of light weighting, a lot of new trick parts and pieces in and around this machine. It's a pretty sweet piece of kit, including that massive rear wing and the huge rear diffuser, which will really make this vehicle a extreme track day star. Now, there's rumored to be only 20 of these built. I'm assuming Benny's going to get at least one of them. And there's no pricing as of yet. Of course, the Geneva Motor Show is a little over a week away. We'll know more come then. There's talk about somewhere between $2.5 and $3.5 million for these particular machines. So the Pagani Huayra BC, I feel a whole lot better about that name now. Next up on the list, a little interesting Alfa news. Alfa's been working on a brand new SUV, much like the new Maserati SUV that's going to be shown off at the Geneva Motor Show. A lot of rumors are talking about this is going to be built on the Durango/Grand Cherokee platforms. But the head of Alfa Romeo, the head of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, Sergio Marchionne, actually let it slip that this SUV could be called Stelvio. If that name sounds a little bit familiar to you, you may remember the Top Gear special or several other outlets that went to the Stelvio Pass, that tricky, really cool ribbon of tarmac that's out in the middle of nowhere near the French Alps. It's a pretty neat little road indeed. I have to say I was kind of hoping that if they named something after that road, it'd be a little bit more sporty, but you never know how sporty this SUV could be. And maybe we may get a peek at this come the Geneva Motor Show. We'll have to wait and see on that point. And then last up on the list, let's talk a little bit more about that LC500H, the one we talked about in the last episode, because Lexus has officially launched the actual specs on this machine, and we're going to really focus in on the drivetrain aspect. This vehicle, instead of getting that 5-liter normally aspirated V8, will get a 3.5-liter normally aspirated V6, making 295 brake horsepower. That is hooked up with a lithium-ion battery and electric engine, making another 59 brake horsepower, bringing the grand total to 354 brake horsepower. The really intriguing thing about this deal is, instead of some super trick CVT or let's say a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-speed transmission, it's getting a 4-speed, which sounds weird in this modern era. How long has it been since there's been a major manufacturer who actually did a 4-speed? Yes, it's going to get a 4-speed automatic, and Lexus claims this is going to be right in the sweet spot of what this engine hybrid transmission settings needs to make this car really perform really well. Again, it's still kind of weird to say it's going to have a 4-speed, but we'll have to wait and see come the Geneva Motor Show for more official details. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, the link's down in the show notes. Don't forget to like us over there. We'd appreciate it. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.